as well. This is pretty much like just like Fragile Dreams. It's the same kind of thing. They're a lot alike. I mean, the game's just one of the best stories of the year.
Yeah.
Easily.
No doubt.
Like I said, one of the best soundtracks ever. Like, bar none. This is an accomplishment in video game music.
And if only these dudes were still around to make more games.
Yeah, like, whoever made the music, you know, big ups to you. Because you are amazing. You were, like, on the level of... I'm probably going to pronounce this wrong. Nobuo Uematsu. The guy who does Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
You know, I can't pronounce names. I'm sorry. You're on the level of that guy.
Yeah, I always pronounce it Nobuo Uematsu, but I don't know if that's
whatever.
correct.
You know, that guy. That guy. You're on the level of him. That dude. And you need to do more games. So, that's my number 2.
Or John Williams, the dude that did Star Wars.
Yeah, do some... Yeah.
Danny Elfman.
Yeah, I don't know what to add. It's just... Oh, one thing it does do, and this is one thing, the game switches genres sometimes. Like, sometimes you get a top-down shooter.
Yeah.
You know, like a Smash TV type shooter. There's a part where you play... Well, a couple parts where you're actually playing, like, a very self-aware, like, text adventure. Where you gotta read the text and kind of remember what you're reading because they asked you some questions. Like, the game, there's, like, some slight platforming to it. You know, the game switches up genres. Like, very few games do. And, I mean, it's not all the time, but it's still nice when you're playing a boss or something and the screen tilts and it's like, oh, look, top-down shooter or something.
Yeah, right? Absolutely.
It's just a very cool game.
It's cool, man.
It's cool. Cool.
So there's our combined
number
2 for the year. Near or Nigher. Once again, that's something you guys got to settle for us. Now we're on to my number 1. My number one best game of the year. We talked about it earlier. In one of our videos earlier. Final Fantasy 13.
Oh yeah, right. I didn't.
You know, like I said when we were talking about it before, it's sort of reignited my love for the Final Fantasy series. It's made me want to go back and play some other ones. And it's not because Final Fantasy 13 in any way pays homage to the old games, because it really doesn't. Other than having a character named Cid, but he's not even a playable character. It's in fact he's somebody that you have to kill later. Spoiler!
You're gonna kill Cid.
But you know, it's just... I sit down and I play it, and I'm at the point now in the game, I'm almost 50 hours into it. I'm right in the middle of the longest chapter of the game. And you know, I'm down on the planet, and the planet is just so huge. And there are these massive things that you need to stay away from or you're going to get stepped on. And I mean, it's just it's so visually gorgeous, and like the whole game is just so stunning that you know, I couldn't not give it the best game of the year for a game that has really, like I say, reinvigorated me into my favorite game series of all time. I couldn't not give it my best game of the year.
Like I said in the other video, never played it. Didn't even care to. I wish I could be, you know, go get back into Final Fantasy, as like you did. I'm having a hard time. I'm having a harder time than this guy, but you know, whatever. Final Fantasy 13. It is what it is.
I think it's something that, like I say, it tests your patience. Because for the first however long in the game, it's a hard thing to stay interested in because you feel like you're doing so little. So I mean, now I think if you were to sort of pick up and play at the spot where I'm at now, you may like it quite a bit more. But you got to get there. You know what I mean?
Maybe I'll borrow it sometime.
There you go.
So there you go. I can't believe I didn't actually guess that. I was sitting here thinking.
I know.
For some reason.
What could be his top game of the year? Like we talked about it earlier.
Stupid. All right. So my number one is, as far as I know, a PS3 exclusive.
Okay.
I don't know. Yakuza 3.
Ah, yes.
Pretty sure it was this year. I think they have a Yakuza 4 from this year, but it's only in Japan.
Okay.
So I'm thinking Yakuza 3 was this year.
I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter. It is anyway. It's my favorite game. Yeah, whatever. Yakuza 3 is it can be a really boring game in a way. I don't know if you've ever played like Shenmue. I guess it's Shenmue. See, I don't know.
Yeah.
These names I cannot pronounce.
No, it's
It's like Shenmue where there's times where nothing happens, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But this is a game that literally lets you, beat people up in it's a pretty deep action game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like an RPG sorta in ways. It's an action like beat 'em up in ways. There's a part where you play baseball on a beach. There's all these little things you can do.
Nice.
In this game, like just little mini games and stuff like that it kind of tackles like every genre you could possibly think of,
Right.
even if it's only minor and it's only one part. And again, it's another one of these games where the story's really good. You're like an ex-Yakuza guy who, you run like an orphanage, so already you're kind of playing with this whole natural love people have for kids.
Mm-hmm.
And and the game was kind of heart-wrenching at times, and the game, if you can stand a game that sometimes is, I guess, tedious, and I don't even mean that in a bad way, but some people would definitely mean it in a bad way, then Yakuza 3 is my favorite game of the year, because it's different,
Yep.
It's a different game. No one seems to play it, which sucks. But they keep making them. Maybe it's big in, like, Japan or something, I don't know.
Hopefully.
This is my first one. I mean, I'm new to the series. I mean, some people have been there since the beginning, and I'm new, and I actually thought the game was something other than it is, so I stayed away from it.
Okay.
But I went out on a limb and rented it, and it was a lot different than I expected. I expected a shitty, like, typical third-person shooter. That's what I expected. I didn't know anything about the series, and I played this one, and it's definitely not a shitty third-person shooter.
Mm.
It's really good at everything it tries to do. It's just really good. And that is my number one.
All right. Excellent.
And
I played the demo for it.
oh, really?
Yeah. I downloaded
the
demo. I played the demo, and I'm really bad at the game. So, as I'm trying to beat up this first boss is giving me hella trouble.
Some are tough.
Because I'm just not very good at the game. So I mean, I resorted to, picking up whatever I could and beating them with it, and even that wasn't working out too well for me. I enjoyed playing it. Like I say, I just wasn't very good at it. So with more playing, I certainly would improve. But I liked it. I thought it looked really good.
Yeah.
I thought it had it looked like it had a lot of potential if I was playing more than just the demo. So I think it's something that I haven't played the full game yet, but it looks like something that I want to play.
Yeah.
So I think it's something I'm going to try to pick up relatively soon if it ever comes back in a Blockbuster.
If I ever buy it, I'll let you borrow it. Because I'd like to buy it, but I'm kind of waiting. Because I have played a lot of it, and I don't know, I tend to not like buying games when I've played most of them.
Yeah.
Most of it already. I don't know.
Enough.
But, there's one fun one. There's just something really cool about playing as a guy who can kick everyone's ass, but chooses to look after kids. He's like the tough dad you wish you would wish you had. Where it's like, my dad could kick your dad's ass. Well, this guy can.
Yeah. This guy can actually.
This guy does. People come up to him all the time on the street in this game because it's like the random encounter. People come up like, "Hey, what are you looking at?" And you beat them up. And they're like, "Whoa, sorry, respect." And then they run away.
Well, there you
go. Before we end the best of, I would just like to give a couple honorable mentions.
Yep.
And these are more mainstream games.
All right, there you go.
Okay, I got